All right, guys, we are continuing to look at Louisville and their recruits, and they get a guy out from California who plays on one of the best high school teams, I'd assume, in the state, because Malachi Nelson is quarterback there. And you're talking about a kid who's 6 feet, very tough. That's what you see on tape, is that he's really good at breaking tackles. This Deandre Moore guy, 6 feet tall. You could play him in multiple areas. You can play him in the slot. He's good at tracking the football, I would say. Good at tracking the ball, in jump ball situations. Like right here, Nelson's just going to chuck it in the air. So it's a 50-50 ball. So he does make a really nice play. Good, strong hands there with the catch. So I think he could be a solid receiver. Now, there's a lot of DB tapes. I mean, let's just look at his route right here down in the corner. He could work on accentuating his route, but I would say that he's a crafty receiver. I would say that, in terms of explosiveness, he might not have the most explosiveness. Now, I hope these guys all prove me wrong, but I'm just going to tell you what I see on tape on this channel. I don't think he has the most explosiveness. He's really good at catching the football, but is he going to get the main question for him is how frequently is he going to get open? Because a lot of these are bubbles, or a lot of times he's not creating great separation on the routes. He's going to be very good in special teams, so he's going to play very early on. Let's see, we got to get to some wide receiver stuff because he's going to play wide receiver. There, it's just a busted coverage. So he's not the tallest guy, and he might not be the most explosive guy in terms of his cutting or his route ability. He is pretty good at breaking tackles. But if you're going to play in the slot in the ACC, you're going to have to find ways to get open. Now, if I'm coaching Louisville, I am finding ways to get him the football. I do like him running the ball. I would like that. All right. So you have a little Lynn Bowden, if possible. You see him here as a blocker. So he's going to bring, he could bring really good edge to your team, which is what you want. Let's see him here against press. Does a nice job there. I want to see a little bit more urgency. I think that he's a possession receiver who's your second or third guy on the team. And, he's going to be a guy that I think is going, could be a decent, solid receiver, Deandre Moore. All right. He's a very highly regarded receiver. So for Louisville, it's going to make them better in the rankings. It's going to convince more guys to go there. I think he's a good receiver, but again, I don't see unbelievable separation in these routes. But I'll give the kid a lot of credit because he's great at catching the football. He's really good at making contested catches. He does show, I guess, when he has the ball in his hands, that's a good transition. So he's good at catching and then running with the football after. Really strong, dependable player, a guy you can appreciate on the tape because he plays both sides of the football. He's a blocker. He's that high IQ guy on the field. He's that intangibles guy that I really, really like. Again, he's rated 97. On 24/7 and on these networks. And I hope that he's really good. He's a player that you root for. He's a guy that, let's see here, he does break the top off of the defense. So if he could catch the deep balls at Louisville, that could be a difference. All right. So, maybe he's a guy, he's all production. All right. You see him, is he the fastest guy? Is he the tallest guy? No. Is he the shiftiest guy? But he's going to be a guy that, can maybe be can use his craft, get subtly open, and be a very dependable receiver. If Pierce Clarkson's going to be the quarterback at Louisville, too, as a 6-foot, receiver, he's going to have to find ways to get open. Maybe a Lance Moore for Drew Brees of the Saints. So, again, there are some things you really like with this player. All right. Very good at catching the football. Not easy to bring down when he has the ball. Can use him in the run game. Special teams going to be great from day one. Can he separate? Can he be shifty enough to separate against, ACC cornerbacks? How explosive can he be down the field? These are all things that you want to be able to see from, very highly regarded 4-star receiver. But again, I think he could be productive for Louisville. Again, going to California, getting a guy from this school, Los Alamitos High School, is very good. And I'm excited for Deandre to get to Louisville, and I want to see how great he can be, with friend Steve Clarkson. And this is very exciting for Louisville, and maybe he'll be just an exceptional, really productive receiver. He definitely could be, especially as an upperclassman, meaning he could be pretty productive. I see him like as a third, second receiver, but maybe he could just be a star, and heck, I'm rooting for him. So Deandre Moore going to Louisville, Kentucky.